And what's the word? This your boy Shamrock. Real quick, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Brandon and my boy Brett for BRTelevision.net. Check it out, man.
What's up, BRTV Nation? Brandon here with our boy Shamrock. How you doing, man?
What's happening to everybody?
You guys might remember Shamrock from VH1's The White Rapper Show. First of all, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, you know, where you grew up, how you got into hip-hop, how you got started?
Okay, well, I mean, everybody knows I'm from Atlanta, ATL all day. More specifically, the East Side, Decatur. Hip-hop was just always the music that I gravitated towards, even as early as like 6 or 7. It's just what was being played. And, you know, my infatuation's pretty much been ever since the first rap song I heard.
Cool. Who are some of your heroes of the rap industry, your big influences, that kind of stuff?
Okay, well, I guess earliest, you know, Crisscross, just being from Atlanta and being, you know, I was a little bit younger than them, but just seeing kids who looked and acted and talked and danced just like everybody, you know, on our street. It was really cool. And that was basically like Atlanta, one of Atlanta's biggest, you know, forays into hip-hop. But, you know, the usual suspects, House of Pain, of course, Naughty by Nature, LL Cool J, and then later on, when I got a little bit older, like 3 6, Ghetto Boys. But yeah, the typical.
As far as getting involved with the White Rapper Show, how did that come about?
Man, that one was actually really fortunate for me. I had just gotten back to Atlanta from school and was just grinding in the clubs and the showcases. And a company had got hired by VH1 to do a documentary about the underground rap scene in Atlanta. And they interviewed a couple producers who I was working with, and they said, we think this guy will have a really interesting perspective for you. So I filmed that part for their documentary. I don't think it ever saw the light of day, but the casting director for the White Rapper Show actually approached me from seeing me on that footage. And from there, you know, I just went to, I got skipped a couple rounds to one of the last few auditions. And from there, I just did well enough to get on the show.
I love it when stuff works out like that, you know?
It was amazing. And it all happened like within like 2-3 months. And, you know, of course, now I see the connection. At the time, it just seemed like everything was just coming out of nowhere. So it was definitely a blessing.
Having gone on the show and actually won the show, how's life changed for Shamrock from, you know, growing up in Decatur, wanting to be a rapper, and growing up aspiring to do these things, and now you've won this show, you're known nationally, and just how's life changed for you?
I mean, it's crazy. It's basically, it's given, you know, any aspiring artist or band, you know, television can be that platform if you use it correctly. So for me, you know, in addition to winning the show, it got me the exposure, like you said, nationally, even internationally. You know, the latest mixtape we just did was by request of a German DJ. So, you know, I'm trying to get booked in Europe right now. There's no recession over there, but just it's been amazing, like the opportunities I've got to do for TV, even within Atlanta with some of like the sports teams and other celebrities, that kind of thing. You know, it's good enough for the experience alone, but I've been able to actually make a career out of it thus far. So,
right. You mentioned some of the Atlanta sports teams. I heard you have some of Brian McCann's batting gloves.
Yeah, Brian McCann. You know, shout out to Brian McCann, Jeff. You know, Tim Huddy, all my guys down there. Right after the victory, I got invited down to Turner Field and was on the field and everything. And, you know, a lot of guys were just like, yo, we watched the show, we rooted for you. I've been watching the Braves since, you know, 88, 89, so I root for you guys. And, you know, now, you know, I can call Terry Pendleton when I want to go to a game and want to go in the clubhouse and stuff, so it's pretty special, you know? And I don't take that stuff for granted. It's strictly because of the reality show appearance, so.
Right, and, you know, being an Atlanta boy, that's got to be huge.
Oh, it's amazing. It's just like putting a kid in the candy store, you know? It's amazing.
You actually went to Georgia, right?
I went to UGA. Yeah, I went to UGA. You know, I'm really proud of my degree. I had enjoyed my time in Athens. That's where I did my first talent shows. That's where I opened for my first like big name acts. I opened for the Roots, Sleepy Brown, Chameleonaire up there. So, you know, shouts out to, you know, all my guys who are still on the football team, and it's a great environment up there.
Right, and you actually released the Georgia Bulldog rap, which we've been playing a lot at our trivia shows that we run. And That one and the Atlanta Braves song, you know?
I mean, it's one of those things. If at any time you can cross over into something as big as a sports team's fan base, I mean, that's a no-brainer. And especially when it's my team, and I really, you know, I'm putting the passion behind it just as a fan, and I can do it with my music too. That's just like one more outlet and one more way for me to reach more people I might not normally reach.
Right.
So in '06, it helped me to open for Chamillionaire. In '08, it got me, you know, a lot of friends on the team, because I didn't go to school with all the guys on the team right now, but you know, got me some other shows, just hosting like Bulldog parties and stuff. So I love it, you know.
What do you have going on, you know, currently? What are you working on? Some of your projects, I know you're collaborating with a bunch of different artists.
Oh yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now?
Okay, I mean, the biggest thing, I don't have anything like TV lined up, anything like that. So the way that we've been creating the buzz, me and my label GE Entertainment, we've been doing a lot of mixtapes, and just kind of being real, you know, strategic with when and where we release them and who we're trying to reach. So like with the Germany thing, we're trying to get booked over there, you know, and if there's any kind of demand, we're gonna go approach that. And the reason we're doing all that is because we're going to release my first LP, which is called Worst to First. It's gonna be on GE Entertainment. You know, we want to do that this spring, so just kind of coincide everything and just build up to that point right now. Well, before we finish the interview, I got to give a shout out to my label, GE Entertainment. I approached them with my project. They liked it. We've been working to make it better since I signed with them, and it's coming out soon. Just shout out to, you know, everybody who's doing it in Atlanta. Anybody who's really just trying to, you know, go after what they want. That's all I can really ask for, you know.
All right. Well, it's BRTV. It's our boy Shamrock. We appreciate the interview, man. Thanks a lot.
No doubt.
Same girls start to mingle, be the same ones later try to get me on this single. Just remember, any song I'm on, I go the hardest. It's not a good idea for me to be a feature artist.